What is recycling? Recycling is when we appropriately dispose of our waste and trash by reusing what we can. Different things that are recyclable are paper, plastic, cardboard, glass, and in aluminum cans, and other things as well. But a lot of people think that taking the time to recycle is just a hassle, and they always ask the question as to why recycling is so important. Well, the answer is recycling is important because it helps sustain our environment. Our world is a very precious piece of land that needs to be well taken care of. The reason why recycling is important is because it can save room in landfills, reduces the gas emissions that are given off by landfills, and also helps us save energy. And those will be the three things I'll be discussing with you today. But the first thing I would like to talk about is ways to recycle. The first way to recycle is by not throwing out old newspapers and magazines into your trash, but by taking it to your local recycling bin. Ways that people can recycle at school is by putting boxes in each classroom or in an office for extra paper to go into, and either having one of the school organizations or an employee be responsible to take it to the local recycling bin. Same thing with plastic and glass as well. The second way that you can recycle in a way that I didn't even know was by recycling your ink cartridges. Some stores have ink filling stations where you can take in your empty ink cartridges and get them filled again, or else the company where they're made also allows you to send the empty ink cartridges back so they can disperse them to other plastic companies so they can remake something out of the plastic off the ink cartridges. Also, a way to recycle your organic waste is by using them in compost piles, like in your garden or lawn, to help with fertilization. Enough about all the ways to recycle. Let's talk about why recycling is important. One reason why it is important is because it reduces landfill space. According to the Duke University website, the average person wastes 4.3 pounds of waste a day. There are 3,500 different landfills in the United States, and those landfills hold 220 million tons of waste. But how much of that waste is actually organic, able to decompose at a fast rate, or is even biodegradable? We need to start thinking about the future and if there will be enough space in these landfills for future use. And we also need to think about, if there's not, is there any place next to a town that we are able to dig out more landfills with the urbanization increasing at such a fast rate? These are major problems. If you build a landfill right next to a house or in an urbanized area, the housing prices will go down. And if we recycle more, there would be more room in landfills for a longer period of time instead of having to dig new landfills and take away from the urbanization and also our environment. The second reason why it's important to recycle is because our waste that decomposes at such a slow rate or isn't even biodegradable emits toxic gases into our air. In the article Pollution Caused by Landfills, Stephanie Matson explains to us that the number one toxic emission from landfills is methane gas, and that is the most dangerous gas out there. Other toxins include nitrogen, sulfur, mercury, and radioactive hydrogen. The landfills are known to be more dangerous in recent years than in past years because more aluminum cans and plastic and things that take thousands of years to decompose are being used more and thrown out into the landfills, and that's what emits these gases. Sonia Sutton explained to us in her article that when landfills emit the toxin is actually present in the air and people are able to smell it, that the residents around the landfills start complaining more about respiratory problems and irritation with their eyes, nose, and throat. We can help keep our air healthy and eliminate some of these emissions by recycling these non-biodegradable materials. The third and final reason why recycling is important is because it reduces energy use. More energy would be used if we were to make a new material out of virgin material instead of recycling the old material. According to the article Saving Energy by Recycling, within our country, our recycling rate is at 30%. With that percentage, we save 1.5 quads of energy per year. If one was to recycle 1 ton of aluminum cans, it would save 209 million British thermal units. If one was to recycle 1 ton of newspaper, it would save 16.9 million British thermal units by recycling and not making it from the virgin material. So recycle to save energy, not make new. With hearing all this information about recycling, I hope you choose to sustain our environment by recycling. By reducing landfill space, toxic emissions, and saving energy, it would help keep our world precious and sustained.